The nation's top financial regulator says Silicon Valley Bank caused its own collapse. Those revelations came out of a Senate Banking Committee hearing, and lawmakers are looking into what caused the California bank's failure, as well as New York Signature Bank, and the government response. Federal Reserve Vice Chair Michael Barr called SVB's failure a, quote, textbook case of mismanagement. That mismanagement is also related to rising interest rates by the feds to bring down inflation. Officials say more regulations and oversight is needed to ensure other banks don't fall into that same fate.
The collapse of the banks caused mortgage rates to drop by as much as 0.5% almost overnight. But with the Federal Reserve recent interest rate hike, mortgage rates could start climbing once again. What does this mean for the housing market? Adriano Tori is the founder and CEO of Rexmont Real Estate, joining us live with some insight for buyers and sellers right now in this market. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
It's great to have you with us. So how have the recent bank failures impacted the housing market here in Western Washington?
It has definitely opened a window of opportunity for many buyers out there who were sitting on the fence in these last couple of months, where we see a percentage dropping into not the 0.5% to the 0.75 percentile. And more buyers out there are getting a lot of confidence, especially in this window of opportunity. And even more important than the drop in the rate is the fact that a lot of the people in the community are just getting a little more confidence on the fact that a lot of these rounds of layoffs that they have to go through their own employers seems that are, at least for the near future, seems that they will not be ongoing.
So with the recent interest rate hikes that we have seen, one after the other, it seemed like the housing market cooled off a bit, and a lot of sellers who were thinking, you were kind of on the fence about putting their house on the market, were waiting. Maybe we'll just wait this thing out and see how it goes. How is the market right now, and are you seeing a lot of inventory?
That's so. As far as the inventory, it's been an issue for quite some time, and it still is. And we are in a market right now where, buyers and sellers are not meeting their expectations. Buyers out there are still waiting for the market to crash. And even though we had this expectation last year of the bubble bursting, it's more like a balloon where the air has been coming out slowly. Just to bring some reference into this context, we are at a current 7,200 active listings right now throughout all the counties in Washington state. Back in 2008, we were at 43,000, so we had about 16% less inventory to those times, so there is no bubble bursting anytime soon. And also, the inventory is as low as what we had early in the 1980s. And so as far as sellers, sellers are a little bit concerned based on the expectations that they had for themselves on putting their properties on the market. And so some of them are rethinking on now turning into landlords by accident, but by the fact that they don't want to give up their low interest rates that they've locked in the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
So the Fed raising interest rates once again, but they indicated that may be the end of it for now as they try to stave off inflation. What does that do for mortgage rates overall, and can we expect them to climb back up?
It's very likely that we may see them climbing back up, since the Fed's overall objective is to still control inflation. We are not quite there yet, so we may see the rates going back up. The question is when. Likely it may be in the next quarter or so. The good news is that, right now it just presents a very good opportunity for those buyers who have been, looking for a break and ultimately are really committed in getting their housing settled with the market dynamics that we have going on right now.
So should buyers be trying to lock in a rate right now?
For sure, this is a great time for buyers to act on an opportunity, but this opportunity also has to be an opportunity where they know what their financial capacity is and also what their housing arrangements are, with consulting with a professional expert that ultimately can lead them in the right direction.
Traditionally, the spring is the time that sellers would want to put their house on the market. What would you recommend for a seller right now?
So for a seller, it's very important to consult with an expert that will help them assess their current options, and then looking forward into determining whether selling this time or sometime in the future, maybe what is best for them.
Adriano, Tori, thank you so much this morning. We appreciate your time and your insight.
Appreciate you much.